Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I am your host, Mike Barra in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is a Tell the Truth Wednesday. I'm joined, as I always am, on Tell the Truth Wednesday by the truth teller herself, the truth sayer, the Emperor's truth sayer from Dune. No, not Gaius Helen Maheim, no, of the Bene Gesserit, but the next best thing, Jennifer Faladori.
That geek speak right there.
I know. Yeah, anybody who knows the story of Dune will know it. Jen, how you doing on Wednesday?
Good. I'm just trying to get the links posted.
Okay, I'll let you do that while we let people come in. You know, I want to remind everybody that on Monday, Jen said, I'm getting that Harris is going to do a little better than people expect, and she's going to be very well rehearsed, and she's not going to be drunk. And that's what happened last night. Now, it's fine. There's people like kind of freaking out, and I'm like, dude, relax. Now, if you watched our stream last night on Toxically Masculine Tuesday, you know that I think Trump missed a lot of opportunities to dunk on her. There's no question. But he took a lot of layups, too. And the important thing to understand is it doesn't matter what you think or what I think. Like, if you'd put me up there, assuming I could get over the nerves, could I have done a better job than Donald Trump? Yeah, I could have. Because when she says things like, you don't even have a healthcare plan, the answer to that is, well, I'll tell you one thing about the healthcare plan I'm going to have. It's not going to include the ability to genitally mutilate children under 18 without their parents' permission like yours will. That's the answer. So there were a lot of chances I thought Trump had. But remember, it was 3-1. They were ganging up on him. It was very obvious that it was 3-1. And the undecided voters, if there are any, how can there be, very, very significantly in the post-debate reviews favored Donald Trump by a considerable margin. Because why? Because he was substantive. And somebody on one of the CNN panels said it the best. She said, look, I already know who these people are. I know what Trump's going to do, and I know what she's going to do, because it's going to be the exact same thing they've been doing for the last 4 years. I'm voting for Trump because my life was better when he was president. That's the resonance out of this. And snap polls, everything is showing that Donald Trump won. And it didn't seem that way to us because we expect more out of him than we got last night. And we, expect less of her than we got last night. So what I'm telling you guys is, look, in the end, this, there'll probably be some fake polls coming out about how, she's got a post-debate bounce. No, she doesn't. And the other thing that's very telling is she immediately asked for a rematch. Okay, so she has already refused to do another debate with Trump. And then immediately afterwards last night, she asked for a rematch. Well, think about it as a boxer. If you get the shit beat out of you by Marvin Hagler, you want a rematch. If you're Marvin Hagler, you're like, why don't I want to fight this guy again? I already creamed him. Okay? Only the losers ask for a rematch. So that tells you that her internals, Democrats' internals, and she know that she lost last night. She was snarky. She was bitchy. She acted like, she made all these faces. Those men, the men that vote have seen those faces before. Okay? Those snarky, smug faces that she was making, that's what his ex-wife looked like during the divorce. Okay? And every man that sees that hates that expression. So she gained, I think in the light of day, it's very obvious that what happened yesterday favored Donald Trump. Furthermore, debates don't change races unless they're an absolute massacre, like the Biden-Trump debate or the Reagan-Carter debate. This was not one of those. This was one guy like Neo fighting off, 27 Agent Smiths. It was 3-1. They ganged up on him. He handled himself well. Could have done a little better. Could have dunked. But, again, it's hard to dunk when you're counterpunching all night. 3-1. And people also saw that it was 3-1. They saw how biased it was. The average guy could see how stacked this was against him. The other thing that signals to people, too, is it shows that as far as the press was concerned, they didn't think she could handle herself up there. They were covering for her. And that means they didn't think she could handle it. If she can't handle a debate with Donald Trump, she sure as shit can't handle being the president. So that's another subliminal message that got sent. So I think in the end, when this washes out in a week or 10 days, it will clearly favor Donald Trump by a substantial margin. And I think his polling margins, which are only telling you part of the story anyway, are going to get wider and wider after this. So that's just not, let's relax and not overreact. I mean, I know Blake and Brian and I were a little like shitty. There were so many hanging curveballs he could have knocked out of the park. But maybe also he didn't want to do that. Maybe he didn't want to humiliate her. Maybe he didn't want it to seem like he was being mean to her and dunking on her and saying all the things he could have said. She called him terrible names and things yesterday.
Yeah, and then turned her, yeah.
He did not respond. Sorry, I'm on a monologue here, Jen, but you can chime in anytime. I'm sorry. So that
when you're done, I've got things
to
say.
I mean, that was my impression. Not necessarily when it ended, but within an hour or two afterwards, as I saw how people were reacting on Twitter and other sources. I mean, there's a CNN poll that shows that the economy is the biggest issue in this election, and he increased his lead by 2 points, 4 points, actually. She dropped 2 and he picked up 2. So the average undecided independent voter, which is going to decide this election, jumped on Donald Trump's bandwagon last night, not hers. So keep that in mind as we go through this. Also, by the way, if I cough or gag or whatever, there is so much smoke in the air. There must be fires nearby. It's charcoaly and smoky. And this is almost as bad as when Dave Barra wears that perfumey cologne. Wait, Mr. Way Too Much Cologne Wearer, Dave Barra, around the house. It just gets right into my lungs. So pardon me for that. So that's my political take. Also, Jen, I got to ask you, because you said she's going to be wired. She was wearing earrings that look almost virtually identical to earpieces, which are supposed to be for playing music, but could obviously easily be tuned to transmit any kind of radio signal you want. I don't want Jen's opinion. I want to ask the angels. Were those real? Well, I mean, Jen's opinion matters on the other things, but just on the earpieces, was she wired? Because that's 2 Gentel confirms then out of the debate last night.
Well, I told you before the debate that she would be wired, and that was from the angels. I saw the ear. I'm like, all right, where's the wire? And then I saw the pearls.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's an odd choice of earring.
Oh no, it's a Tiffany earring.
Well, that they
with a radio.
I don't care what anybody says. She was wired, and those were what you think they were. Okay.
Cool.
Those were chosen. I don't know who's behind this. I don't know. We get back into the who's in charge of the entire scene. I told you that this debate was an important scene in the movie somehow. But to put earrings on her that anybody could easily Google and find.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you think about what you said 3 weeks ago, which is she's going to get caught in some sort of scandal, and it won't be sexual, that's going to basically knock her out of the race. She's going to get caught doing something or cheating or something that's going to be embarrassing. And so if that becomes like a real thing, if there's more confirmation that she was wired, then yeah, that's exactly what that would be.
Well, there's pictures of it. Circling everywhere today. Wait to see if Donald Trump says something about it, or if his people say something about it, and then that is quite embarrassing. Okay,
I think Junior argued, but here's the thing where it needs to cross over for me. To me, to really be effective, it needs to cross over. In other words, somebody on their side needs to admit, yeah, it looks like those are radios. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it's just the same usual suspects saying it, doesn't really have the same impact. And I think Donald Trump Jr., I'm going to look it up right now while you're talking. I think he said something about it last night. I'll go look that up while you
surface level.
Say what you got.
Surface level. You're not going to get the other side admitting to anything.
Well, they did when Hillary, they did on Hillary's emails. So.
So you want my take on it?
I do. I would love to hear it.
Okay, well, this is my opinion. Okay. So,
You're just not gonna.
I believe that her side believes that she did better than expected, but not good enough. They're still going to try to put her in office before the election. Be on the lookout for that. Okay. They're going to see what the buzz is this week, what the polls look like, things like that. But they're going to find that it's still not good enough. We've got embarrassing rumors running around, and she's not going to be able. She's not ever gonna be strong enough to beat Donald Trump. They're gonna try to stick her in office. They're gonna try to get her in before the election, just so she can pass a whole bunch of executive orders to screw everything up. But also that so she can do something so they can steal the election again. Now his demeanor, I laughed through the whole thing. Everybody was all upset, and I'm just watching him. The poker face cracked me up. Okay, first of all, because that was just awesome. What he did is he let her sink her own ship with the silence, because everybody's expecting him to be explosive, to be a radical, to be this controlling dictator, and he couldn't come out there and do that. And the more she lied about things that were ridiculous. She lied about things that he has recorded interviews and rallies addressing these issues and stating where he is on these subjects. And where he's already stated the truth of how he feels, what his stance is, what really happened. She's out there just throwing stones, and he would not look her in the face. And I thought that was very interesting. Okay, what are you doing?
I'm just the issue of the cats and dogs being murdered by illegal aliens came up yesterday.
And he said that, and I was just like, "Oh my God, he said it."
Yeah.
Good. All right.
So the memes are flowing this morning. The memes must flow.
So when she was losing, she pulled the emotion card. She pulled the abortion card. She pulled the female card, that thinking he can't compete with this. And if he reacts to me, he's going to look like some dictator man who doesn't care about women. So I'm glad that he stayed silent through that. I'm glad that he didn't react in that way. I think he reacted enough. I think he did pretty well. She basically just let her sink her own ship. And sometimes that's the best thing to do. That's my take on it. And yeah, those were earpieces.
You're sure they were earpieces?
I put money on it.
Yeah.
I asked. Yeah.
They say yeah?
Yeah.
So the thing is that now is this going to get exposed? And because it can really sink the campaign. So then this brings up the next question before we get to yesterday's Gentel, which was excellent, by the way. I'm just trying to butter you up now. So once they realize that this didn't work, which will be in the next week to 10 days, what's their pivot? What's the next thing they're going to do? Are they going, like you said, they're going to, then they try to remove
back to Biden and how feeble he is, and he's going to do something to give them reason. All right, we got to get him out. Kamala's so confident. You saw the debate. Let's get her in there. Everybody feel comfortable. They'll probably do something to pacify the public, pass out free stuff, whatever. And then she's going to start passing like executive orders or doing anything in her power to do things while she's in there as quick as she can. To either steal the election again, or just do as much damage as she can before January.
Well, then
takes office.
How are we just going to sit back and let them?
Oh, they're really going to work hard to try to get him in jail. Also, is what they're going to do.
Well, so then are we just going to sit back and let them do damage and not? I mean, is that what the plan is? Just
Kash Patel came out and told you basically they know exactly what they're going to try to do. You need to read through go back to that interview, that most recent interview that circulated, and read between the lines. They know what they're going to try to do, and every move they've got surrounded. So they're only sinking their own ship in these efforts. No, I don't think they'll be successful. They may be successful in pulling Biden out and putting her in. And if they are successful in doing that, that's when all the crap's going to come out about Kamala. Or that's when she tries to do something that's so against the Constitution or the Republic that they would have to bring the military in and do all that. So there's a lot of options here for the white hats to respond to whatever or tactic they choose. So we'll just have to watch and see, actually.
Yeah. I'm trying to do something I should have done before the show, which is post your Gentel from yesterday so we can watch it. So we can look at it while you're talking about it. When do you see this all happening fairly quickly? Like, we do have a period here of a week to 10 days while they absorb that they didn't gain any ground yesterday and they're going to lose. So you think maybe next week will be something bizarre and interesting and weird?
Political or financial?
Political.
We're going to watch this show, this back and forth fighting, this, we're going to decide what to do stuff probably into next week. But I believe behind the scenes, we've got a lot of movement in the financial. Okay. It's a nice big distraction when we get everybody focused on the political.
Yeah.
And if you don't think they will be, most of the time we talk about financial on this show. We had a debate. Now you're asking me political questions. And so that's going to happen across the board. And it is a nice distraction for this.
Cover for
happen.
financial.
Yeah. What was I doing? Oh, I want Gentel. Okay.
Good. No?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. What do you think? Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
looking for stuff.
Okay. So I'm going to put up yesterday's Gentel, which was on your philosophy show yesterday. Did a little Gentel update. And I'm just going to read it to people, unless you want to read it.
Go ahead. Yeah,
RV News. This is RV News. Rate change in Iraq is agreed upon. That means the rate is agreed upon. And it's the search for dollars is about paying the military to leave. I don't quite know what that means. The search for dollars.
It felt like they have been getting rid of U.S. dollars and all this stuff. And now we've got like U.S. troops leaving there and people need to be paid their wages. Because I feel like I don't know how that works.
So Iraq is trying to get dollars so they can pay the U.S. on the way out. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm thinking it is.
Okay. I believe the in-country street rate will be $3.92 or higher. Well, if it was $3.22, about 70 cents for inflation since 2003 when the invasion happened, it's right about $3.92. So that completely fits. Did you get that? You got that in reading, right? The $3.92?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's right where it would be.
Well, I got that. I asked Gabriel, and I said, give me one number at a time.
Okay. Double or triple on bank screens. That means when you go to the bank, or I believe probably also means may not mean a redemption center. You're looking at $8 or $12. Jen said the cap is 16. Okay, which is
I don't believe that's
reasonable.
A cap. There is some other rate, but a lot of I think this contract at a rate of 28 something. I think that's not for the average person.
Right. So you said it's possible to reach 16 on the dinar on exchange screens. So that's redemption center exchange screens, not banks. You have to keep in mind there'll be two different. You won't get as much at a bank as you would at a redemption center. We will see. The rate on the dong will change soon. Possible news on that overnight. I don't think we got that, but it will be interesting to watch. Even if it went to a nickel, guess what? Those million dong you're holding, you paid $80 for, it's $50,000. Okay, that's not bad. So we will see. The rate on the dong will change soon. Possible news on that overnight. We didn't get that, but maybe tonight. So it looks like we're gonna be looking at a dong rate now. Jen, I want to ask you,
because Dave and I were speculating about this yesterday. Does that mean that Vietnam's just about had enough of this shit and they're going to go on their own to change their rate if something isn't done? Is that what?
No, what I said is there would be news, possible news on that overnight. So news on that coming very soon. But the dong rate will change. I don't know if it goes to a place where everybody runs to the bank to exchange their dong privately, because we don't want that. The exchange centers don't want that.
Right.
But we will see a change in that very soon. So I think what they're doing is inching toward the place they need to be to justify or to be able. There's agreed upon exchange rates for the exchange centers, I believe.
Okay.
There has to be movement here and there and things done in order to achieve that. So what you'll see is a street rate come out.
Yeah. And the street rate will still make you rich, by the way, on most of these currencies.
So I wasn't expecting any news about the dong or Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it, so I put it out.
Heard Venezuela goes dark. It looks like someone cuts the power. I keep hearing something about offshore drilling, platforms, oil, but don't know why. That could be Venezuela, because guess what? They're an oil-based economy. Maybe they got offshore platforms that go bad. I don't know. Possible movement in the RV tonight while everyone is watching the debate. I don't know that we got that, but honestly, I haven't paid much attention to the RV news this morning. Haven't talked to Wolvie. It's not like I have Wolvie on speed dial or something. I can talk to him, so I don't know. You said you do? You got info?
Maybe.
All right. Well,
just know we're moving.
That's okay. So let's let Jen.
All right. So let me see if I can say something without saying something.
All right.
Main idea what happened, right? Mm-hmm. Last week we were told that the groups would get news and then we would have quiet. Okay.
Right.
So let's say, the groups did get news and everyone was excited. Then a couple payment systems they used to transfer money went down. Let's say that happened. Possibly. And that problem needs to be fixed. So everybody was told, oh, remember what we just told you happened? That didn't happen. And then let's say that got fixed. And then we were off and rolling again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That could be possible now. That's about it. That's about all I can say.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really distracted. Something's going on. Is everything okay over on Rumble? It says we have one viewer on Rumble, but it looks like we're live. So I don't see how that could be correct. But anyway, let's minimize Jen. Okay, so let me know over there if Rumble is
live chat
is normal.
I'm getting 831 in the live chat.
Okay.
Please comment. I'm looking at the Rumble comments. Please comment if everything. Oh, somebody said it's $100. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that. We're gonna get to that.
Okay. Yeah, there's 838 people in the chat over there. But Rumble's really only going to tell you who's signed in.
Right.
So if you click a link on a social media and you're watching it through like Telegram or something like that, it's not going to record you.
Yeah. So go to Rumble and watch it on Real News Live with Mike and Jen, the channel. Okay. So about 1,100 people watching us then on the live stream. We are really grateful to have each and every one of you. Please do not forget that to avoid the various censorship problems on the internet, we actually repost all of these shows over on mikebarra.blogspot.com, where you can pick up all kinds of cool stuff. My books, links, my 9/11 video, The Truth Behind 9/11, which is very relevant today. I don't want to argue with all you 9/11 dorks today. This is one of the worst days of the year because I got to spend I don't have to.
I forgot it was 9/11 today.
But I spend hours and hours lecturing to people who don't know anything about science, physics, or engineering, and it's really, really frustrating.
And that is also a good distraction in the news.
Yes. So don't forget that you can always pick up the shows on mikebarra.blogspot.com. Also, please don't forget to catch us over on Rumble on our channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. You can see that in the lower left-hand corner there. Real News Live with Mike and Jen. You may have already been following us on Real News Live. That is an account, not a channel. As weird as that sounds, Rumble does this weird thing where they only promote you if you're a channel, not an account, which means we were streaming to nobody for like 2 years. Anyway, we're now doing that. We have 2,770 followers. We want to get that, all you guys on Rumble, 4,000 or 5,000 of you over on the channel. So go in and check. Follow us on the channel, and then you can like and subscribe and Rumble Rant our videos in the lower right-hand corner. $5 a month gets you in line first to get your questions answered by Jen when the time comes to do questions and answers. Please also do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus over at thecbdgurus.com. Matt and Lucas, a couple of great guys providing all kinds of excellent CBD cannabinoid-based products for your health and the health of your pets. Slide over to the wholesale tab, slide down to the Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, no S, no capital A, and get the discounts. And also pick up some things like 20 million Bolivar if you spend $50, 40 million Bolivar if you spend $175 or more. You get clothing, and you can also pick up the special sales on the mushroom coffee, the gummies, the Delta 8s, the Miracle Gold with the black seed oil, the T-shirts, the seltzer water, the 5 Matrix mushroom, the lion's mane, all kinds of cool stuff over there. Every week the specials are different, and every week there are more awesome products that you can get at the wholesale prices from Matt and Lucas at the cbdgurus.com. You can either go to that website or call them at 612-412-8343, thecbdgurus.com. Also, please don't forget our wonderful friends over at MikeBarraPets.com. I'm going to have to do a show with Kristen and Diana soon. They're going to be coming to the UFO alien event, Biomed Expo, where they're going to actually have an electrical plasma med bed. Not one of the med beds, but a type of med bed for people to use and try out at the Biomed Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada, coming up on October 17th through the 20th. But Diana and Kristen are going to be there. They're both just great, wonderful folks, and you will be lucky to meet them. And you can also talk to them about all the mushroom-based products based on the Coriolis versicolor and reishi mushrooms, deer antler extract, all kinds of cool stuff, natural whole foods. They got kibble for dogs and cats. They've got treats for dogs and cats. You just click on the shop button, and it will take you over to the page where it okay, what did yeah, it worked. Okay. Where you can pick up all kinds of the cool products I have. I've got Barkley on the Mojos and the Mush Puppies. There's Mush Puppies Plus. There's Super Sauce for dogs and cats. There's Mush Ponies for the horses. And then there's these wonderful capsules, the Enforce Clarity, the Enforce Plus, the Enforce Restore, immunity boosters for human health. They are excellent products, all natural, holistic, mushroom-based stuff. And Diana is an expert. She's a certified pet nutritionist. If you have a problem with a pet, send her an email at mikebarrapets@gmail.com, and Diana can answer your questions. They also have dark roast coffees, chocolate chip cookies, starter packs, everything you need for yourself or your pup or your other pets at mikebarrapets.com. I'm almost done. Also, please don't forget to pick up your hardware wallet. If you want a hardware wallet for your crypto, I've got my crypto all on this Ledger Nano S Plus hardware wallet. They're awesome. It's about $80. You pick one up through the link. I'm going to put it on. It's already in the description. You get $10 of free Bitcoin. I get $10 of free Bitcoin. Who could possibly pass on that? Ledger Nano wallet. Also, if you're going to buy gold and silver, go to milesfranklin.com, milesfranklin.com. Our friend Andy Scheckman can get you into gold. He can get you into silver. He's got all kinds of different products there. They are one of the best, most reliable, and generous companies on the planet. Go there and visit milesfranklin.com. Mention that you heard about it from me, Mike Barra, and maybe someday I will get a little check in the mail from Andy for that. And one last thing, do not forget, we're now working with Impact Health Services to provide these health sharing, basically in replacement for your medical insurance at about 1/3 the cost. It's a nonprofit company. It's part of the ACN family of companies. We also have Flash Mobile, ID theft protection, DirecTV, AT&T, gas and electricity. They can save you money on all of your bills for all these different services, and more services are going to get added. There's a link in the description. I'm also going to put it in the chat. And Zach Zerfoss, Mark Z's son, and I are going to be hosting some more podcasts here and there to keep you guys informed on the other companies besides Impact Health Sharing. You can click on this link, go in there, and get a quote if you want to. It works for you, works for your small business, works for anybody that has to pay for insurance out of their own pocket. Okay, Jen. I completely didn't post that. There it is. ACN company, family of companies. You just click on Impact Health Sharing in the middle. It takes you to the Impact Health Sharing page where you can get a quote, read some information, sign up. Okay, Jen, why don't you tell us what is going on over at jenniferfalaw.com?
Well, if you'd like a reading with me, if you'd like healing, or if you'd like to book a service with Susan Gretz for a reading or Marcy Hell for a cleansing, you can go to jenniferfalaw.com. Please do email everyone after purchase so that you can schedule or we can get additional information from you. And that is it.
Okay. No specials right now.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm trying, as the following grows, I'm having more and more trouble keeping up with the correspondence, the emails, and everything else. So sometimes I just take a break from the sales just to slow it down a little bit so I can catch up.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's where we're at.
Okay. So a quick reminder, folks, that when it comes to questions for Jen, that we want to make sure that you give us your real first name and the real first name of the person or pet you are asking about. That really helps Jen connect and get you guys the answers that you're looking for. And thank you for those of you over on Rumble who follow our channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen, and subscribe. And for that $5 a month, you get to get your questions answered first. So we're going to go over to Rumble and start with the questions. Let me pop out the chat, and here and share that tab instead and bring it up. There they are. There's the Rumble questions. So we're going to get over on the Rumble side of things. Jen, why don't we change this a little bit? Let's go through and look at the Rumble rants and stuff first. Say thank you to all the appropriate people. Up at the top, we have Nikki, gave us a $5 Rumble rant. Super Dave, a.k.a. Pork Chop. Dave, you fucking rock. $100 again, man. You're too good to us. Frederica, $5. Frederica, it'd be cheaper if you just subscribe instead of giving us $5.
I think she's got a question in there, too.
Yeah, she does. And Nikki's got a question. So tell you what, let's read those first. Let's start with Nikki. Nikki, $5 Rumble rant says, do my angels and guides have any advice for my current living and work situation? And do they see any changes soon? Would it be worth it to look for a new job? This is Nikki, 8844.
Stay put. You can always look for a new job. Advice for the work. Well, now, to take the heat off of you, and although you're doing what you should be doing, you really need to kick it into gear and be more productive. Okay? So that's the gist of what's coming through for you. So don't give anybody any ammo against you.
To go after you. Yeah. Okay. And stay put is the first answer, right? Stay put for the moment. All right. Frederica, $5 Rumble rant. Hi, it's Frederica. Is my new application for disability going to be accepted, backdated, and arriving soon before the RV?
Frederica wants to know about her Social Security disability.
At this point in time, not before the RV, but will looks like it will be approved for October, and you're going to have to handle that because of the however that works with the change in income and everything. So at this point in time, and if nothing changes, it looks like it's after the RV.
Okay. And not before October. So everybody figure that out. Did I get you in trouble there, Jen? I didn't mean to.
No.
But yeah, the cool thing is you're not going to need it. So when you get it, you can just give it to your grandkids or something. All right, Super Dave, aka Pork Chop, a $100 Rumble rant. Dave, what will we do without you? We love you. Morning all, Dave here. I was helping a single mom of 5 named Rhonda, and I'm not sure what to think. Is she bad? Most girls named Rhonda are bad news. I'm just going to tell you. Is she bad news? Otherwise, I'll see you in Thailand next week. Dave,
Thailand, come on, man.
Rhonda. Yeah, stay away from the lady boys, Dave. They can be very tricky. Remember, if they're tall, very tall, and long hair, and play with it all the time, probably a lady boy. Not that I would know, but
there's deception there. I don't mean to ruin anything fun here, but that's picking up deception there. Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. Find another one. Okay, Nikki, we already asked the question, so did you rumble around twice? Okay, so let's go through and start getting the other questions. Livonia is the name. Little Red Castle, $5 run subscriber. Will my current living situation get any better soon? Thanks, Jen and Mike. This is Livonia Wilson.
It will. You're going to get a call about it, really? There'll be a call.
There will be.
Yeah, it will. So this is, yes, very soon. There'll be a call to confirm that.
Good, Livonia. Lisa. Hi, Mike and Jen. Little Red Castle, $5 subscriber. Hi, Mike and Jen. There are 5G towers surrounding my son's school. Can you please tell me if they're switched on?
Yeah. The towers are on.
Yeah. Are they harmful?
I do see energies coming out from that. I don't know if that's what the signal that I'm seeing. They've got too many in a concentrated area. I don't like that. And I feel like it's what you're going to see in the kids in there is like hyperactivity.
Yeah. Amps them up. So.
Megan Angus, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. You both had amazing shows yesterday, Mike. I had a good laugh with my glass of wine listening to the debate. Well, good. I'm glad I could amuse you, Megan. And okay, cool. Raul, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Good morning, Mike and Jennifer. This is Raul with a question. My daughter Jada is stressed. I told her not get a car note, but she did, and now she has to work full-time and go to school full-time. Oh, you told her not to get a car, but she did. Now she has to work full-time and go to school full-time. What can I do? Well, Raul, other than pay the car off for her, I can't think of too much to do. What are you going to what's Raul's got any solutions coming, Jen? For cool Raul.
Well, Dad, you could give her some money, but she'll work it out and she'll get used to it. It's just the initial part that's oh my God, I have this huge car payment over time.
Yeah,
it's really pushing her to achieve, and if she falls, pick her up. But she's trying. So let's see how this goes.
Can't protect your kids from pain. They just got to learn some things the hard way. Senor Francisco, Little Red Castle, $5 month subscriber. Hi, Jen. Rob Clark here. Can you see why I have such a high sensitivity to so many different foods? Too many different foods. Rob Clark.
it's just the way you're made. I mean, it's just your DNA. But what Jesus is saying is that there are people coming in now, or have come in a block of time here, last 50 years, who cannot tolerate foreign substances or fake substances, chemicals, things like that. And it's interesting, but that's what I'm seeing, is it's just this way you're made.
So try different foods that don't mess you up. Hi, Mike and Jen. AJ Ferrara here, Little Red Castle, $5 month subscriber. I felt like last night wasn't live. Kamala was masked and/or had audio in her ear, and that may have been a Trump double, different hair color or style. Any thoughts on that? Well, it wasn't live. It's obviously always delayed by 9 or 10 seconds, so it's not technically live. But was that a Donald Trump double, or was it Donald Trump?
That was Trump. But there's no way he's going to let a double go in and debate Kamala when that's such an easy win. Yeah. I got the gist of something like that going on because Trump never looked at her. He did communicate and look at the moderators. She was just way too brave to turn around and wave her hands and call him names to his face. So I don't know if they were in the same room. Wow. But there was a period of time where they were talking over. So her part of it might have been like Zoom or something. I don't know. But I do feel something like that was going on.
Really?
Interesting, the reaction, if you watch it back, the interaction of people.
I don't want to watch that ever again. It was miserable. Okay, this is Kathy and Karen, Little Red Castle, $5 month subscriber. Our dad, Glenn, passed 1 year ago. I'm sorry to hear that. Mom is good, but misses him a lot. Does he still visit frequently, and does he have a message for our mom, Ellen? So does Glenn have a message for Kathy and Karen's mom, Ellen?
Oh, God, it's going to be great. I'll wait for you.
Oh.
Real strong. So yeah, he's been around, and no, she's not dying anytime soon. But when you do, he'll be there.
Glenn will be there. Deb Mayer, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, do you see me getting a different UTV before October 5th? Also, my daughter, Allie Mayer, lost her bracelet this morning. Can you tell me where it is? Jen doesn't do that very well. She can probably try. UTV, all-terrain vehicle, ultra-terrain vehicle? Sounds like a car. Will she get a different vehicle or something before October 5th? This is Deb Mayer.
I think it's a quad.
Cool. Oh, yeah, it might be one of those motorcycle quad things. Okay, good.
I'm not sure on the time, but I do see something.
Okay, cool. Soon enough. Beth Buckley would like to know if she's going to get approved for disability soon. Beth Buckley.
They're going to give you the runaround. You're going to have to get assistance with that.
Hire a lawyer that does that. They are very effective. Basically, look, honestly, most of the disability lawyers have, they kick back the judges, okay? So they can get you a hearing with the judge, and you'll win the hearing. And the judge gets money, and the lawyer gets money. Marengo, hi, Mike. I bought a Ledger Nano S and managed to get the free Bitcoin put into it. Good for you, because mine hasn't cured yet. Anyway, you can post a link to a video. I can't figure out how to transfer from Lobster to Ledger. No, I have to have Zester help me with that. I've done it now twice. It's going to take me 3 or 4 times to it's basically just get the address of your wallet. Where is that in the software? Get that address and then transfer it from Lobster to that. I would say get in touch with Zach Zerfos, Zester. He's in the link, the description on this at the bottom. He's Crazy Cryptonaut over on Discord. Get over there. Zach will walk you through it for a nominal fee. Okay. Jennifer Ward, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, hi, guys. Can we ask about a property? I got to know Akagi Lane. So I guess Jennifer's asking if she's going to get or should get a property on Akagi Lane. Agaki Lane, Japanese name. No. Okay. Jackie, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Next weekend, I'll be going to and from Northern Michigan. It's a 5-hour drive each way. Is there anything in particular I should look out for? Jackie, just wondering what she should be careful for on her drive. Rain, monsoon, snow. It is Michigan. Who knows?
I don't know if you're going through a rural area, but what the advice is to make sure that you top off every time you stop for gas. Other than that, yeah, you might hit some rain. Nothing major.
Okay. KKF 57. Jen, way earlier this year, you said it could be 8 weeks or 8 months. My destination to my Wyoming. Any chance that could still work out? But I don't have your name, KK. Jen, do you think you can connect to this lady? Do you remember her question about Wyoming? No? If not, we can just...
She wants to know when she's going to be living in Wyoming?
Yeah. I don't know her name, though.
He said we're still on track with the timeline.
Okay. Donna would like to know, after being laid off 25 years at the same mortgage company, she'd like to know, do you see employment for me in the near future or something else in the mortgage business, or will she get another job? Donna.
I just keep hearing Donna's retired. And then I hear,
That's a good thing.
and I see that you start picking up properties, investment properties.
Oh, James Michael, I hope we catch this in time for your meeting. Okay. James Michael, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Jen, in an hour, I have a phone convo on a big project in Tennessee. Is this the one or more of the same? I'm trying to be patient, but I'm dying to get down there. He wants to know if he's going to get a project in Tennessee. James Michael.
Yes. I see plans to fly down.
Okay. Will it be this one then? It's likely to be this one? Good. Robin L wants to know if you got her email, Little Red Castle.
I got everybody's email. I'm just so...
She's just swamped.
Overwhelmed trying to keep up. So I will get to you. I'm doing that today in between readings. I got a little 15 minutes here and an hour there. And then I've got, evening time. I was trying to get it through it last night, fell asleep. So that's where I'm at. Just I will get to you. I will get them done today. But yes, and Monday and Tuesday I was so focused on getting information and Jen telling out and doing shows and everything that I just the free time I had in between other things I spent on that. And so today I'm really catching up.
All right. Robin B, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, I truly appreciate knowing the names of my spirit guide. And if you can tell me when Mike L and I will see each other again. She wants to know when she's going to see Mike L again. And if you can get a spirit
Robin,
guide.
I haven't told you the name of your spirit guide after all this time. Okay. Mike L, it's like 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Spirit guide, Joanna.
There you go. Christina with a K. Hi, Mike and Jen, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Could you please look to see what is going on with my dog, Roxy? The vet does not seem to be concerned, but she will not stop scratching continuously.
She has a problem with really dry skin.
Okay.
So I would, if it was a human being, I would say that's either psoriasis or like eczema. So there is something going on. So I don't know if it's creating the dry patches on the skin, but there is something going on underneath, and it almost seems like an allergic or nervous reaction. So I don't know if this is starting out with hives. But there's something going on that feels like little prickly things underneath the skin, and then we've got the scratching, and then we get the dry skin, and so that's all I can really tell you is what I see.
Okay. Kathy W., Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, my brother-in-law Tom had a fall on Tuesday in the early morning and was admitted to ER, now in ICU. It's not good. They're doing dialysis today. It's a new thing. Will he be okay, and will the dialysis work? I think is what she means. So this is Kathy, Kathe, asking about
doing a dialysis from a fall.
I don't think it's got. Oh, maybe he landed on his kidney or something.
Okay. Well, he probably fell because maybe he got dizzy, passed out. Tom. Jesus says the dialysis will be successful and it will help him a great deal. It's not something that he's going to have to do all the time, like at home.
That's good. It's not something he's going to have to do all
the
time.
I think they're going to classify this episode as like a really strong infection or some kind. Like I feel like it gets better.
Lisa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, do you see my husband Daryl retiring this year? He's 61.
Yes.
Carissa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Are my dogs happy and staying here because they want to, or are they staying for me? Do they know I love them and doing everything I can to help them be healthy?
Your dogs absolutely love your family environment and they don't want to leave. And yes, they're staying for you. They're staying for the kids. And they're just like, no, I like being here. Yeah, they're really happy.
Good.
Lots of love.
Chris Packer, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, wants to know, do you see me getting a new car? And if so, when?
Well, it takes you a while to make a decision. November, December, I'd say.
Okay. Melanie, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, I'm experiencing grieving through a divorce. Does Jesus see me being happier alone without John? And in a year or so, one day, meeting someone who is a healthy companion for me.
It's something we should talk about privately, but it's a lot more information I can provide in 2 seconds. But this transition is part of your divine purpose, as much as it sucks. And you're going to move forward and you're going to be okay. And you're going to pair up and meet a whole bunch of new people. And one day you'll look back and you'll realize that, it wasn't a failure. It was just that these paths at some point have split.
Diane asked about her dog Kimber on Monday. His health is declining. She asked about med beds, but he passed away unexpectedly yesterday. Diane, I'm really sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry.
Poor little guy.
All right, I got to get going. 15 minutes, so we got to get to YouTube questions too. Everybody gets mad.
Okay. All right. Let's go to questions. Susan Stevenson says, hi, Mike and Jen. Susan S. here. I recently lost a dear friend. I wanted to know if he's at peace. It's a lot easier if you tell us the name. But
I do need a name, but let me see. You gave me your last name, so I think I probably find him. He is now. It took a little convincing to get him to go. And I don't know if that was in the dream state or beforehand, but like he was a little like panicked. Okay. Like, no, this can't be happening. But he went and he understands now and he is at peace and surrounded by love.
Oh. Last night was not quiet. Okay, good for you, Chris. Thanks for the info. Okay. This is a tough question. Ask Jen on Rumble. My missing friend Kate, aka Marty, with 2 dogs. We talked every day, no contact since August 30th. Is Kate okay? I guess is the question.
think she's just missing from you.
Okay. Apparently she's okay. Ruben Darren. Hi, Jennifer and Mike. How is my life in October and November for me? See Ruben being happier than he is now, maybe?
Ruben meets a lady.
Ooh, Ruben Darren.
Right on, Ruben. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Christine would like to know, would it be worth my trouble to try and cash in my mother-in-law's stocks?
I can't tell you what to do with anything like that, but let's see if we do that. Yes.
Okay. Guys, a lot of you guys, I see you asking 2 or 3 or 4 questions even sometimes.
Let's just get one because we're gonna forget
one every time because that way more people get a chance to get a question answered. Bonnie says, I'm a planner. Can you give me a ballpark number of RV money that I might receive?
No.
You can't do that?
I'm not doing that right now. You don't give me enough time for that.
Okay.
That's a no distraction, tune in kind of thing. Takes a minute. I'm not.
Okay. Gina says, my mom's dog got hit by a garbage truck yesterday and had to be put down. I'm very sorry to hear that, Gina. She says, please keep my mom in your prayers for comfort.
I'm sorry.
I wish we knew your mom's name, but we will. That's really sad. Gina says, just got a text from her, freak accident. She's blaming herself. Thank you all. Much appreciated. Yeah. You know what? You can do your best to protect your pets, but sometimes bad things happen. That's really sad. Okay. Hi, Jen. This is Denise. Post RV. Do you see the owner of the property in Hunting Valley accepting our offer? We feel the asking price is way too high. Will he accept the offer after the RV?
Yeah, because at that time you don't really care about how much you're offering. You just want it.
Right.
There is some kind of deal he works out with you about time periods, about giving him some time to get out and all that. But yeah.
Yeah. This is interesting, Jen. At the opening introductions, one of the moderators said, Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago. Was that a Freudian slip or was it a hint? He did say that. He said, President Trump was elected 4 years ago. I thought it was a Freudian slip myself.
I think that was either a slip or misinterpreted. Yeah, I don't think that was like a calm or anything.
Susie wants to know if her son Trent, he's applied for an audio engineer's job in Seattle. She wants to know if he's going to be hired. Trent, Susie's son Trent.
Yes, he gets the position.
Susan wants to know if she's going to be able to buy a home of her own this year.
Well, it takes you a while to find it and to get in there. So we're really over in 25 when that comes to fruition. But yeah.
Jen, do you see me being able to help my daughter Regina get a new roof for her home soon?
Mary, I see contractors on the roof.
Okay. MikeBarra333@gmail.com is the answer to that email question. I think I spelled Gmail wrong. Gmail. Shit, sorry. Yeah, gmail.com. There we go. Okay. Darlene wants to know, do you see me moving to Florida and meeting my soulmate?
Florida's next year. May or June. Might be a couple years until you get that like real true like soulmate feeling match. But it's fun. Okay. I see you meeting quite a few.
Theodore says, will I be moving to Florida? Well, sorry, will I be moving before the end of this year? Theodore, Ted.
Really around in March for the move.
Holly says her mom passed 3/3/23 and I miss her a lot. We used to talk daily. Is she okay? How is she doing?
Has a strong spirit, man. That doesn't usually happen. She just got this surge of love. I'm absolutely fine. She's happy about what you're doing. She's enjoying watching what you're doing. So if you're doing something around the house, whatever you're involved in, she's excited about it.
Okay, Joanne Patton, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, I'm supposed to drive to Tahoe on Saturday. Do you see me arriving safely on Saturday, or what day will I be going? Joanne Patton.
Separately. You arrive fine. Yeah. Saturday. Yeah, I think it's Saturday.
Yeah, as Angels0964 says, 856 of you guys in the stream on Rumble and only 108 likes. Hit the thumbs up button on Rumble. It helps the show. Rosemary says, my great-grandson Jace, he's 4, is all of a sudden having outbursts of anger. Can you tell me what's wrong and who his guardian angel is? I want to focus more prayer. So she wants to...
Well, he has an ear infection.
He has an ear infection. Okay.
He's pissed because he doesn't feel good and he doesn't know how to explain himself. So take him in.
Okay. Get him some antibiotics. Cindy would like to know if her daughter Rosalie wants to know if her brother Jesse actually committed suicide or was it staged to look like it. I don't think Jen can answer that question.
It'll take a little more time for that one.
Yeah. That's really deep. You got to get a private reading with that. Lorraine, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. I have a horrible sensitivity in my mouth. Period issues with my tongue and throat, sensitive to temperature as well as spice. Can you tell me what's going on? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm reading her period. I'm reading her dictation. So Lorraine would like to know she's got horrible sensitivity in her mouth with her tongue and throat, sensitive to temperature as well as spices. She wants to know what's going on with her mouth, if you can see anything.
Yeah, allergic reaction to something. I don't know if it was like toothpaste or something that it was very harsh. And so it's kind of like having a sunburn. You're waiting for it to go away. So
yeah. 1111, Sarah with an H says, can you ask Jesus if all the infections are cleared out of my body after 3 rounds of antibiotics? Sarah with an H.
Clean.
Chrissy wants to know, wow, this is personal, Chrissy. I don't think I can ask that. What can I change in myself to make my relationship with my hubby better? That's not a quick answer. I would say get a reading from Jen on that one. Janice.
All I'm going to say on that one, if you don't get a reading with me, is just think about what men really want and what your man really likes and give him a lot of it.
Janice just wants to know if her life's going to get better in the future. Do you see a mate for her?
Someone that's written is coming up real fast. I can't get a time period on that, but I feel him approaching. This is a kindred spirit kind of connection. It's written in your life path. So don't worry about that anymore. Just prepare yourself and be ready to welcome that into your life. Okay, I gotta go. I got to get started on the other stuff.
That is going to wrap it up. Jen's got to go answer your questions and read your emails and everything over there. Thank you for being here. Jen and I will be back on Monday morning. Hopefully we have an RV by then. We don't know, but we are seeing lots of signs and information stuff coming along. Keep focused on Mark Z and so forth over the weekend. People like Mark and Wolvie, they're going to be putting stuff out there. Even our own Batman has probably got some good, juicy stuff to pay attention to. Join us on the Telegram channel. Jen is Philosophy on Telegram and lots of other stuff like Philosophy Chat on Telegram. I'm on Mike Barrett Chat on Telegram, X, all that stuff. Links in the description, I think.
And for everybody that's suffering through this transition and growing weary, I did a show yesterday.
It's a really good show
for all of you.
Yeah, it was
to
really
help
good.
you through this, and it's on Jennifer Doring on YouTube, my philosophy show. It's also posted on Philosophy on Telegram and Jennifer Doring. Watch it.
Yeah, that was really a good show yesterday. Thank you. All right, guys, I'll be back tonight on Whiskey and Wisdom with the original Mark Z and Zester, assuming Mark is up to it. I guess he skipped a show the other day.
Oh, maybe I'll pop in the chat, although I was
maybe. Yeah, just don't get an invite to the actual Whiskey and Wisdom show, or somebody will lose their shit.
Oh, you know what? I almost want to go on now.
Yeah,
so that she will, but we'll see what happens with that.
No, it's so. If you guys don't know, Whiskey and Wisdom is a very entertaining stream at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern tonight. And I'll be back with Strictly Football tomorrow with Brian Engelman. We're going to be talking about football, all kinds of cool stuff. If there's any Seahawks news, I'll be doing a Seahawk Boy Mike video. And Friday, special guest, special interview at this time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern, with Sean Kenny, scarred, wounded Captain Pike from the Star Trek episode The Menagerie. Also appeared as a navigator in several other episodes, had a long acting career. We're going to talk about all that stuff with Sean. He's a patriot. He's a good guy. And his career in Hollywood. And we're going to tell some stories about the early days of Star Trek and things that were happening there, and about his new projects he's got coming up. So we will see you. I'm doing something every day. I got shows coming up all week long. It's going to be busy. See you then. Thanks for being here. Jen and I love you. Unless there's an RV, Jen and I will see you back here on Monday.